For Liu Bei, time changes rather rapidly. Seasons pass by in a blur. Before you know it, a year has gone by, fighting for the unification of China. Anyone and everyone with a small claim to a piece of land dreams of their seat being that of the emperor's throne. But only one can take that, and Liu Bei has been making moves to ensure it. Securing the city to the north and to the west, now Liu Bei needs to find himself a secure backbone for his initial nation. To the west further still, Huangshou has been taking territories away, and even further behind their lines lies a Han Empire fishery, a place that, with enough persuasion, Liu Bei could take for himself bloodlessly, but not before he breaks through the line of the Huangshou. And Tao Qian has been especially helpful, and between Liu Bei and his generals there's been discussion about maybe reaching out and forming a coalition of sorts. A soft alliance. Nothing nearly as strict as a true alliance, but a coalition is more of a friendly agreement to come to each other's beck and call if it suits our needs at the time. Non-binding. But until then, plenty of other things need to be taken care of. Welcome back to Total War 3 Kingdoms, everybody. I've got a lot of things to do, and I've learned a little bit more since last I played, and I'm excited to try and put some of that stuff into action. But before we go anywhere, before we do anything, let's kind of get back into the thick of it. Right now, we have the Dong Iron Mine in Dong Small City. I believe this is the entirety of the province of Dong. Yeah, Donghai is totally different, and there's not much more. So we actually own the entire province of Dong now, which is fantastic for us. And with the acquisition of Liangyi, the Liangyi Lumberyard and fishing port is kind of next on the list. If we can attain these, we'll also have that province of Liangyi, which we can then operate from. When you have the entirety of a province, you have a lot more options at your disposal. And if you look out here, one of them belongs to the Han Empire, and the other one is Huangshou, or is Huangshou the capital? Who owns this? Yeah, no, Huangshou owns it. Okay. So while we don't necessarily want Beihai right now, this and this is kind of what we're looking at. And if we can kind of inch our way to the back, we could have a very nice kind of defensive position out here. If we can pull all of these territories into our ownership, which is, I think, kind of a long-term goal. But before we do any of that, I'd like to pop up in diplomacy and speak to Tao Qian. Now, in the novel, there's a bit of lore and history between Tao Qian and Liu Bei, and I'm not sure if that particular history is going to come up into play, but I know events from the novel actually do happen. So for now, it might be in our best interest to cozy up to Tao Qian and continue to use him as a kind of a, I guess you'd call a buffer between ourselves and whatever lies to the east. Beyond that, having an ally in a coalition with us could be helpful. We're trustworthy, and he's a trusting diplomat, and so long as we hold to our word, we will always be trustworthy. In this game, if we end up breaking some of our word, we end up losing trustworthy, and other people will be very unlikely for us to be to enter agreements with us. Down here, one of our 2 trade routes is working with Kong Rong, and it looks like he has the better end of the deal right now, so he's making more money than we are off of this trade. However, it's still pretty beneficial for us, and Kong Rong is a mercantile powerhouse. So trying to get the better end of a trade deal with Kong Rong is not going to happen. However, if this gets to the point where it's no longer valuable for us and he's pulling in the majority of it, we're going to have to look at trying to cut that out. The other issue is Kong Rong is... where is Kong Rong right now? I don't even know where Kong... Oh, he's down here. He's actually not... He's really, really segregated, and actually part of that is because of us. We have lands that he can't get through. So, anyway, let's negotiate. And I wonder if we could get him to enter a coalition with us. Diplomatic treaties. Unify. Absorb this faction's assets and lands into your own, destroying the faction. The character of this faction will seek employment under new lords. Yeah, he did. That's no way in hell he wants to do that. His opinion of this idea is like -75. we can't actually do a coalition right now, but it's good to go over what this does. So a coalition is a non-binding military agreement to combat mutual enemies. All members of a coalition vote on whether to accept new members to the group, but all other negotiations, like war declarations, are individual, independent of the coalition. So like I said, kind of a friendly thing. What is this key? Oh, he has military access. So there's nothing I can really offer him right now that he would be okay with doing, and there's nothing I really need out of him right now. The reason we can't do this is you must be of equivalent or greater rank to second marquis, but this cannot be proposed by or to emperors, which is fine. So he must be of a lower rank than him, and I don't know really where to look at that. So that'll have to go for now. So we're just going to focus on our next steps then. We'll have to go through our cities momentarily. Yeah, this is the leftover army that got pushed out of this city. He can't do anything about it, and we can't get to him right now. Yes, but we'll make our way to him and get ready to try and take him out. In the meantime, let's do some things real quick. So our big tree, the things we've been focusing on is industry. Why are we focusing on industry? Because where we started is majorly beneficial to focus on industry. So a lot of our upgrades have been for that. This iron mine has to go. We could convert it. We're just going to convert it to our own communal workshops. For whatever reason, their communal workshops are different from ours, and we can't do anything with it. So we'll convert it to our own communal workshops, but learning and market buildings construction costs 10% less when we do this. So we should absolutely do this. This is public order. We also need to worry about our garrison. We don't have a lot of people here to protect them, only 872 total, so that's not a lot right now. So let's drop a conversion on that. We'll start working on that. And that's the Dong Iron Mine. I think you can only do one building per province. So if we're building something in the Iron Mine, we can't do something in the small city. It might be one per slot now that I'm looking at it. So a grain silo gives +4 public order, which is actually not really all that necessary right now. We're gaining way a ton. Reserve capacities, military building construction costs down. What if we replaced it with something else? We could do state workshops. We already have iron mines. So I guess for now, we're just going to have to ignore it. And then we'll go over to Liangyi and see if we could do anything over here that'll be valuable for us. We're getting... This is a tough call because over here, we have a couple buildings that aren't great for us, especially with our particular focus. This right here, the marketplace, is 20 upkeep a turn, which is not too bad. It gives us 75% income from commerce, which is not a huge focus for us. But it does give us 20% trade influence, which is going to basically dictates how much money we're getting from trade deals that we have with other leaders, which is valuable against Kong Rong right now, but it's, again, not really a focus. I'm thinking I'm going to end up demolishing this place for now. The mail post gives us 120 income from commerce, which is not terrible, and 25% income from commerce. Agricultural buildings construction cost reduction by 10%. I think we're going to leave this for now. And beyond that, I think that's going to be the turn. And then next turn, we need to really focus on heading out this way. Maybe trying to kill off this enemy in the meantime if we can run him down. But this is where this turn ends. And we immediately get reached out to by Yuan Shao. Oh, Yuan Shao, what do you actually want? So you want to form a coalition, which is interesting. You're more powerful than me, so there's value there. But out of me, you want me to trade ancillaries with you, which are a couple of our just bobs, odds, and ends. And I don't think that's what I want to do right now. Because you are at war with who? The Han, Gao Pan, Huang Shou, and Dong Min. And you have a trade partner. Well, you're not after Tao Qian. So that's potentially good. But I don't know if I really want to enter a coalition with you right now. It feels a little early to be jumping in with anyone other than Tao Qian right now. He's neutral with me. I think I'm just gonna say no. Unless we can get something else out of him. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna reject his deal. I'm sorry. I hope you don't hate me for it, but it's just not the time. I'm not ready. There goes his army. Looks like he's trying to get back into friendly territory. Ooh, another army is coming out of the woodwork. Oh no, he hasn't moved. With land to control, Liu Bei looks to domestic affairs. Our economy grows. Minus 20% construction cost and minus 1 construction time faction-wide for 3 turns. This is when we start doing things. Alright. From each according to their ability. My lord, the generals under your command are talented individuals, each with an array of skills they can put to use in improving your realm. In each commandery, they can be sent on assignments to oversee and improve the infrastructure, both military and civic, of your lands. Each character has different qualities to bring to these endeavors, so inspect your options carefully. We have to send out a character on any assignment, which we've actually already done once. And then I guess we got it already. So more unity, more food from events. That's great. Our unity is going up very quickly. Liu Bei seeks to make himself known. That's true. You are descended from imperial blood, Liu Bei. And the other nobles of China must understand that, especially now that the tyrant is dead. Through your actions in diplomacy, economics, and also, inevitably, war, you will need to demonstrate your prestige and influence. Only then will they see you as a legitimate defender of the empire. So we need to hit the next rank, I guess, for this to go off. So that's next. And Liu Bei seeks allies in times of strife. Challenge issued. The commandery of Donghai on the east coast is rich in resources and trade potential. We can either seize this coastal town for our own benefit, or we improve our relations with the owner and confederate or ally with them. Donghai, small city, just over here. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. This is well, actually, this is, yeah, Tao Qian. That might be difficult, but we'll see what we can do. Ah, this must be what I was speaking of before. Your relationship with Tao Qian runs deep. Long have you held him in high regard. Yet one of his treacherous officers is responsible for the murder of Cao Song and now his son, Cao Cao. Wait, Cao Cao's dead? Marches to vengeful... Wait. Now his son, Cao Cao, marches to vengeful war upon Tao Qian. Okay. He has asked you for aid against the aggressor. So this is this comes from the book, basically. We can aid him. We follow the story. May be seen as an act of treachery. War declared, Liu Bei and Cao Cao. War declared, Cao Cao and Tao Qian. Diplomatic relations with Tao Qian go way up. Or we can just ignore him and our relations with Cao Cao go up. I think we're going to go along with the story. We're going to aid Tao Qian. Liu Bei is a man of honor. He's a worldly hero. And the fact that he and Tao Qian have had a relationship for so long, this is what he would do. Your relationship with Tao Qian runs deep. Long have you held him in high regard. Yet one of his treacherous officers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we've already said okay. Liu Bei declared war on Cao Cao. Cao Cao declared war on Tao Qian. And that's that. Okay. So the question is, we don't know where Cao Cao is. Wow, look at how far that goes. We can make this work. For now, I think we're going to run this army down and finish them out. They've actually set up an encampment here, as you can see. For whatever reason, they've decided that they don't want to go anywhere, so they've actually set up a camp with towers and stuff. That's frustrating. We absolutely are going to have to take them out. Before we do, let's set up some stuff. So in Liangyi, since if we take a look at our situation here, we need some good defensible points. So Liangyi is up to the north, and we have a lot of issues over here, and if we're going to go to war, it's going to become a problem, and then eventually, Tao Qian and I either will go to war or will unite. That's going to open up our western flank, or rather our eastern flank. So Liangyi is going to be kind of an important part to this city, to our country at the very least for a while. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is going for some military infrastructure initially. And the reason we want military infrastructure is going to bolster our garrison by quite a lot. Obviously, public order is really nice, which is good for a newer city like this, especially as we're clearly losing public order right now. Military supplies will go up, government building construction costs will go down, but more importantly, we're going to get a bunch of new garrison stuff. We're going to get Jian Infantry Captain, we're going to get a Saber Militia, Mounted Lancer Militia, and Archer Militia. All of these will help go towards protecting the city, because in the moment, our current militia is very, very small. So I'm going to give the go-ahead and start building this, so we can. And then nothing else can be built over here. And then the Dong Iron Mine, we'll worry about in a minute, because I think what I'm going to do is just attack this guy and try and run him out. He's actually just sitting there. Honestly, though, I don't think I'm going to do this. He's so heavily outnumbered that we're likely not going to lose anything. So I'm going to delegate this to my generals. I'm just going to let this get taken care of. And down he goes. Yeah, we lost barely anybody. Barely anybody at all. Ooh, we got something. And we captured some troops. So we can get some unity and some supplies. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't need military supplies. We're on our own land and we don't need to replenish. We barely lost anyone. So let's go ahead and ransom and release the rest of the troops for some cash and some unity, because that's what Liu Bei would do. And then we'll move back in here to make sure that this goes up faster. We want to make sure we're garrisoned and waiting. So in order to reach the next rank, second marquis, which is what we're aiming for, we actually need to generate 80 prestige. And if we look over here, because of our particular unique resource, unity, we're actually going to be gaining prestige every single turn. And the higher our unity, the more prestige we get. We could easily and passively end up hitting that rank eventually. I just don't know if that's how I want to do it. What's this? Wang Yun was killed in battle. That's the guy we killed. That's the guy we fought. We got some ancillaries, diplomacy. Let's just clean up all of this. Character developments. China's vastness is matched only by the many exemplars of wisdom and travel that traverse it. The following individuals of note are currently visiting our lands, and we should not hesitate to engage the most promising of our service. Giaoxi and Mizu. Oh, they're, I guess, in our courts? We could hire them, perhaps? But we don't really need anything too much. A warlord, let's take a look right here. It says, adoption, marriage. A warlord must be skilled in politics if their faction is to thrive. Maintain stability amongst your generals and court nobles by keeping them satisfied or banishing dissenters that threaten your rule. Adoption, marriage, gifts, or appointing positions can help keep your characters satisfied. However, sometimes it may be easier to banish troublesome characters rather than appease them. So we're kind of looking at a Crusader Kings 2 style gameplay system here. Not nearly as complex, I think, as far as like family simulation goes, but still. And then we can actually take a look at characters. And we can see how much they like us or if they don't. So Zhang Fei is oath sworn to us. Guan Yu is oath sworn to us. Zhao Yun and I are just friends. And Gongsun Zan were friends due to friends in our youth and past events that have brought us together. And we can see how other people feel about other people. So Gongsun Zan is oath sworn to Zhao, and there's somebody else he's talking to who we don't know right now. Zhang Fei is oath sworn to Guan Yu, and Guan Yu is oath sworn to Zhang Fei. We really have a very tight-knit crew of people right now, which is great. Great. We currently have a grudge against Dong Min, but that's because he took over for Dong Zhao after he died. And that makes sense. I don't know if I really want to do anything with these people this early right now. All right, back to the mines. Let's see if we want to do anything here. So we already have walls, and I don't know if I really want to do anything here. But if we want to grow, well, we've got a while before we need to grow. We only have 363,000 out of the 1.3 million. And as we kind of upgrade our main settlement, it's going to end up being more and more expensive for us. But our garrison goes way up. What's our garrison right now? It's not great. We'll see what else we can do. I think I'm going to go ahead and demolish the grain silo. I know I put some money into it, but I don't think it's what we want. And what do we have down here? Zizu of Huangshao. He's on the river. He's going by Dong, but Dong... its garrison isn't huge. but neither is theirs, and in fact, we'd probably be in a much better position. I'm not concerned about him attacking Dong. If he does, I think he's going to end up losing. Hopefully, he's just swinging out this way. He's way out of his territories. He's way, way out of his territories. Once this city is calm, I'll move Liu Bei in, and we'll see what we can do about helping him in the war. Liu Bei is trespassing on our lands. If this is not the prelude to an attack, they are the best. They are at the best results of irresponsible neglect. Yeah, I saw him. I'm just not concerned about him. I don't think he's going to be able to do much. Let's move on. Hello, Kong Rong. Let's take a look at what you want. You want to pay me a pile of cash for military access, huh? Who are you currently at war with? Dongmin, Huangshao, and the Han Empire? Why do you want to get through my lands? What are you after right now? He's willing to pay me a chunk of change, and it might be worth it. I just don't know what it could be for. But I'll take it. I'll take the deal. Yeah, he just went through the river and dipped on the south side of it. We're good. All right. Another turn. I'm not sure. I hope he's okay. Attacking foreign assets in an act of war. As an act of war. Oh, I don't have any chance. I don't plan on attacking him, so don't worry about that. All right. Now what do we want to do over here in Dong? The mines are upgraded. We really want Dong to be a mercantile, an industry-focused situation, so let's focus on that. 4K growth population, that's huge. Since we already have state workshops, we can't actually put another state workshop down in this empty spot. So, in order to keep things focused mostly on, at the very least in Dong and industry, why don't we go with private workshops? We're going to get 25% income from commerce, which isn't really going to help us all that much, but a little bonus to industry, and then we can kind of push out in other areas, because I think we're getting some commerce over here, so it's not going to go unloved by any stretch. This is the commandery of Dong. Man, the only thing I'm thinking of doing otherwise is much like the rest, get some military infrastructure down. It'll help garrisons. But I think we're just going to go ahead with what my initial one was. So let's go here. Okay, we're going to get that up. Just want to take a look at something real quick. This is our current garrison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even 1,000 people. Still, though, I think we're going to be all right. All right. Let's head back to Liangyi real quick. How's the city doing? Peace is good. Mostly because we have a big old garrison of our troops here, but I think we're going to end up moving out. We have a level up? We do have a level up. Fantastic. Let's do that. So our choices are currently Intensity, which is +8 Instinct, enables Mighty Knockback, which would do extra damage and knock back enemies, and gives us 25 charge speed. Now, Liu Bei tends to stay in the back. He's not a front lines fighter, so this doesn't really jump out to me right away. We also get flexibility. It gives us 8 resolve, minus 25% redeployment cost, which is great, and a 5% replenishment when commanding, which is what he's doing. Fantastic. And we have nobility. Well, +8 authority, which we already have a lot of, but doesn't hurt. +1 available assignments, which I am faction leader, so it would count. And +20% ranged block chance for melee cavalry, also pretty good with where he ends up being most of the time. And honestly, the resolve tickles me because it gives us more growth and gives him more health. So I think flexibility is going to be what I want, though the nobility is still very, very, very good. And authority kind of fits with his theme. And giving him more defenses is good. It's a tough call. That's what I'm taking. I'm gonna apply that. Do we have any sweet armor? That's not very sweet. I think accessories that I want to give him. Expertise and satisfaction? Sure. Let's give him that. Nobody else has any points, but they've all got such good armor. This could be good. We have an ancillary here. He's an exceptional inspector. He gives +6 expertise, +6 cunning, and +6 morale for melee cavalry. None of our boys are exceptionally cunning, but the more military supplies is not a terrible thing. I'll give him the one that gives him some higher expertise. Now, I don't know if there's anything I want to give you, because anybody else doesn't really help me or help you all that much, but that's fine. Okay. That is just a lake. Well, Cao hasn't shown up yet. And if he has, he's not coming anywhere near us. He's coming back. We're not at war with Liu Bei, are we? No, we're at war with a lot of other people, but not at war with him. He's just trespassing, which is kind of a problem. I don't know what he must be going back and forth trying to strike where he can. All right, we want this lumberyard. That's going to be our next goal. Liangyi should be okay. Let's step outside of it. I want to see if I can get eyes anywhere over there. I cannot. But I don't necessarily want to push on inside to the enemy territory quite yet. Well, Dongmin, the vengeful rebel, is your country falling apart? Shame if that's true. What exactly do you want? Well, effin' well. You come to me with an offer of peace, something I, of course, greatly desire here in China. And in turn, you want me to become your vassal? Vassalage. You'll become a vassal of Dongmin. They receive 20% of our regular tax income from our commanderies plus trade up to $8,000. But we'll have his military strength on our side. He also wants me to fork over $4,000 just for the honor of being his vassal, followed by paying him 727 gold or whatever a turn, and 2 of my ancillaries. My man, I'm totally cool with peace, right? But abso-effing-lutely am I not becoming your vassal in any way. Your world is falling apart. You're poor, but you're very rich in food, which is good. Hansu has declared war on Dongmin. How strange. Consequential deals. Whoa, flogging the troops. Your general has a reputation for discipline, but has recently started taking sadistic pleasure in punishment. Even people accused of imagined slights or misdeeds are flogged. Their suffering justified as deterrent to future crimes, and there are few soldiers in their army who remain unscarred by the whip. Yo, I have 5 turns of being a reviled lord because for some reason Liu Bei has decided that he needs to punish people. That immediately makes me concerned because Liangyi was already kind of struggling as it is, and yeah, there it is. That might have deterred us from doing much. So let's swing back to Liangyi. Let's keep order here while we're here. Let's make sure that Dong is doing all right as well, though I think it was absolutely okay. Yeah, they're still very, very happy. And the Iron Mine, I mean, Dong in general is just happy. Liangyi just needs some time to bolster themselves a bit. In the meanwhile, why don't we upgrade our county office? It's going to give us 15% extra income from all sources. We could also bump, you know what? Let's bump this so we can have a little bit more public order rolling in Liangyi right now. We're going to be playing slow and patient in the moment. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it works. And we're definitely going to upgrade this. How's Kong Rong doing? It's going in his favor now? Unfortunately. He's closer to being okay with this. But I'm curious if he wants to do a trade agreement. I would love to fill up my second trade agreement slot and see if I can get stuff from him. So what do we need right now? We need more food? He's not good on food, but we could provide him with food. And he's okay with that, so we could probably eke out some extra cash out of him too. We're going to trade him some food because we have a small surplus. And we'll request a payment out of him. He doesn't have a lot of money. And that's okay. We'll take what we can. Perfect. So we've got a trade agreement now with him. So we'll have people going back and forth between our territory and his, which we'll eventually see on roads and stuff. And we'll be basically making a lot more money because of it. We have so much cash and I don't know what to do with it right now. It's great. All right. Let's keep moving. We need to keep Liangyi under control. And honestly, moving in to the Lumberyard during winter is a mistake either way. Yuan Shu and Liu Bei are now at war, but that's neither here nor there for us. And Liangyi is finally starting to see the bright side of living next to us. So let's go ahead and upgrade this. We'll get more prestige per turn, which is great, and more money from all sources. And we can upgrade this fishery for now too. We just have money. We got to burn it. We got to burn the cash while we've got it. All right. Let's start heading over to the Lumberyard. We're moving in. We don't see anything yet, but we're just going to try and rush it. Oh, we've got a reformation. Heck yeah. Let's go have permission to forage for +4 military supplies, I think is where we're going to go. We could also get an embassy, which is more trade agreements, but I don't really care too much about it that much right now. I'd love to get this. Slave mobilization? Well, maybe not. Let's get some foraging. It'll help. Looks like they positioned themselves into the Lumberyard. Well, well, well. Mr. Liu Bei, you're defiant, which is not great. Defiant never stays a subordinate, which is not phenomenal. Opposes power, dislikes all large or aggressive factions. Well, I don't know if that applies to us quite yet. He wants to arrange a marriage. We offer marriage to Liu Bei. Their character will join our faction. He wants me to pay him $33 for his wife, which for his Liu Himen. I don't even know where Liu Bei is. I genuinely have no idea where in China he is. And we can take a look at her, though. We have no idea. She's just 23. An outsider. +5 cunning, +10 authority, and -5% corruption. She disregards social ability. So as far as I can tell, the marriage would send her to my court. She'd be my wife, obviously. Beyond that, that's it. There's really not much more to it, other than I think he'd probably be a little happier with me. But he's neutral as it is. I just don't know where Liu Bei is. So I don't know how useful this would be. 33 bucks, though, for a wife. I think with this particular woman, we're gonna have to say no. I don't think we want to marry her. I don't think it would do us any good right now. It might put us in a situation that could drag us into war later with people I don't even know where or how they're positioned. Yuan Shou declared war on Cao Cao, or Cao Cao. I don't know. That one. That's actually great. Yuan Shu declared war on Wang Quang. Tao Qian's estate. The venerable Tao Qian lies on his deathbed with no heirs to succeed him. He requests that you, a most honorable man in his estimation, assume his mantle. Despite your humble protests, you know it would be most dishonorable to deny his final wish. As such, you inherit his lands and titles. Holy crap. Okay. Generals wounded during battle or discovered to be enemy spies can be taken hostage. Their captors must then decide the fate. Well, hang on about that. Release or execute them to get them up. Okay, got it. Thank you. Liu Bei seeks allies in times of strife. We actually got it. Control the following one settlement by direct ownership or through military strength. Oh, he owned Donghai, and now it belongs to us. We got 5 turns of 4K population growth, 5 public order, which nullifies the downturn of the one we got before, and plus 20% income from peasantry, which is not a big deal. The Liu seek allies in each other to fight. The lineage of the Liu family runs deep, connected to the Han dynasty itself. Liu Biao has his own ambitions, but they may align with ours. Confederate with him so we may ride out the tide of war together. He is far away. Liu Bei to Tao Qian. So he's gone. These two factions become one. Deployed generals and family members have remained in this new faction, while others have left to seek fortune elsewhere. Killed in the line of duty. He just died. He was dying and we got his stuff. I mourn for the loss of a skilled warrior and a noble, loyal comrade to our cause. We must continue to fight in their name. Well, that's fair. Well, Suddenly, the map's looking a lot bigger, for us anyway. Are we currently at war with him? We are currently at war with him. We have a lot more land now, though. I'm curious if I could negotiate peace. He does not want peace at all. Okay. He's about equal to us. So he's a moderate threat. Now I need to think, is it worth hitting this lumberyard? Let's take a look at our lands real quick. Donghai City. So that's actually our biggest point now on this map. Our court has certainly gotten bigger. Your family is the base of your power. Take care of your generals by guiding their progression. I mean, we can't do anything here yet. We will soon. We could actually pull up some we do have a spare couple generals. We could yank up a military around them, and it might not be a bad idea. If we raise an army here, who could we yank? Well, if we wait a turn, he's a little bit more expensive. We could take one of our court nobles and give them an army. Moreover, 2 of our members are miserable. So Pei Yingping is a commander and a scout. Excels at inspiring friendly troops, but weaker in melee. Best grouped with retinues of melee cavalry. He's miserable right now. He has a faction grudge against us. Now, we could promote him. If we do promote him, he's currently chief clerk. If we promote him, he'll get plus 10 satisfaction a turn for 10 turns. Increased title, rank, and salary. 25 salary compared to current title, which wouldn't be that much more. We can kind of afford it. And he'd get an additional plus 5 satisfaction permanently. How about you just take this promotion for now? And we'll see, yeah, you're gonna be good there. And then the other one who's miserable. Everybody else is pretty happy. But you are not. You have, you desire a higher court position? We can actually do that. Let's go ahead and bump him up to finance advisor. He immediately is already happier, but if we bump him up again, I think he's okay where he's at right now. So let's actually go ahead and raise an army. We'll give it to him for now. So he's good at dueling. Best group with retinues of spear infantry and glaive infantry. All right. Oh, I've reached the maximum number of armies. 1. We might want to. Ooh, we might want to start thinking about splitting our army. Well, we're here, but so are they. We could grab the Donghai fishing port pretty easily, actually, if we end up purchasing it. I just want to push down here before Kong Rong gets a hold of it. We're just in a very, very weird spot. Meanwhile, Cao Cao is right here. All right, you know what? I want to end the war with Cao Cao first, I think, so let's move. Let's get back in town. We'll make our way over. Let's do some building. Commerce, commerce, commerce. Donghai is probably going to be a commerce town then. Let's go ahead and upgrade their commerce and we'll start bringing in more money that way. We're going to move into the farmland over here, especially because they're kind of going down very quickly. They have no faction support and local characters are causing problems. Next turn, they're going to dip into the negative, but we'll also be able to just sit in the farm for a couple turns after that. Man, we have Donghai and we have Peng Cheng. I wonder if we could trade this off. And if we trade this off, we give it to Wang Lang, he'd then be an additional buffer? Let's talk to Wang Lang for a moment. Insurmountable problems, huh? You want to unify? Nah, didn't think so. We can non-aggression pact. You do not want a non-aggression pact. Alright. If I give you Peng Cheng, you only have Peng Cheng? Oh, do I have two of them? Oh, I have two. Oh, buddy, I want yours. How do I wonder if that's all he has. If that's all he has, then he's gonna die very quickly. Well, let's see what Deng Cheng is all about. Or Peng Cheng, rather. Farming? Communal grain farms? Yeah, sure. It might be a farming town after all. I'm fine with that. Welcome back, Yuan Shao. You want to form a coalition. But you want ancillaries. I don't want to give them to you. I'm willing to just give you cash, though. I have a lot of it. Well, not as much as before, but more than I had. Ooh, I need food. Well, that's a good thing we're upgrading our farms, then. I'm happy to pay you. You want an ass ton of money. Is there anything else you want? I know you want my ancillaries. It's not going to happen. What if we agree to a non-aggression pact? All right. You want my eunuch and discourses of the states? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Sorry, my man. You can keep trying, though. Liu Bei is destroyed. This faction is no more, leaving one less warrior on the battlefield of history. Alright, we really need more farm stuff, so keep this farmland from collapsing on us. Turn it around, ideally. Upgrading that farm. We do need more farms. A fishing port will provide us with food as well. Let's keep upgrading over here for commerce. Farmlands are upgrading here, and we're still upgrading over here. Hanging tight. Wang Quang wants to sign a non-aggression pact, and they will pay me for it. Again, oh, he's right here. Wasn't even thinking about going after him. He doesn't have anything I want, though the farmland is nice. I'm down with this for now. Give me money. I accept. We need food, though. Bad. Noble birth, Tao Jianshu. Father of Tao Qian. Oh, Pei Yingping. Oh, his father's dead. The loyalty of characters is measured by satisfaction, which will increase if their desires and ambitions are fulfilled. Neglect them and their satisfaction will wane. Yes, we know. People are still miserable in court for some weird-ass reason. You lack purpose. Your sibling jealousy. Oh, Lord. You all lack purpose, but I'm going to give you armies sooner or later. Think we're going to keep upgrading this for more food? We want it real bad. If we take Pengcheng, we'll be right up against Cao. But we'll have the entire province of Pengcheng, which is great. We could also think about moving into Beihai or Liangyi. Yeah, Tao Qian's... He just is not happy with me. He has a grudge against me. He's a commander who has a grudge. They are greatly aggrieved by the confederation of their faction in the signing away of its freedom. So they're very, very pissed, more or less, that we're their leader now. Is that the same thing with you? Yeah, they're mad. We could give you raises. You're still pissed, though. Okay, you're at least okay. I'm broke as shit now. He might make a good spy, actually, when we can unlock that. And we'll go ahead and upgrade this. And this tree basically is more money. This tree is more food. We're going to go with the more money aspect right now as we're starting to cash out a lot of our food. Now, actually, now that I think about it, without purpose, what am I thinking of? I should just throw an assignment in Liangyi. We'll give it to one of the miserable ones. I kind of want to save Tao Ying for the food cost production once we take Pengcheng. So now I really want Pengcheng. We can assign him over to here and give more food cost over there. Meanwhile, we could just throw her at +5 satisfaction for 5 years, but at the same time, it's not great. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say go for it. That should give her purpose at least. Yeah. Well, that doesn't... Well, hopefully that negative lacks purpose will go away now that she has an assignment. She has something to do. And you just desire a higher court position? Everybody else has gotten a raise? I don't think I can give it to you right now, though. Oh, you got a skill point. Let's go ahead and give you the public order one. While you sit in a town somewhere. Alright, how's the farmland doing here? Let's give another turn of sitting in it. Hello. We're at war. What do you want? Peace. You want to trade territories. You want Pengcheng Temple. And you're going to pay me 1,500 for it? So if I give you Pengcheng Temple, which is here, you'll eke into the corner? Yeah, man, I can't give that to you by any stretch. But I can give you peace by paying you money for 10 turns. We could do it. But the fact that you want peace is interesting. So I'm going to reject it. I do reject your generosity. I know you're not happy with me, but that's okay. Seize the future. A scholar joins your faction and asks for an audience with you. Begging no disrespect, he tactfully explains that though his previous lord was lacking in leadership qualities, he was in possession of advancements that have thus far evaded your faction. He suggests that there are many useful reforms available to those brave enough to embrace them and states that he recognizes his courage in you. You thank him for his counsel and now consider which ideas to take for your own. And now, so we just get a scholar for Liu Bei. +4 cunning and plus 10% character experience. Not bad. Let's keep going with food production. We'll get that upgraded. I'm curious how we're looking at food. Okay, we're in the positive when it comes to food, which is good. I still... Huang Lang, my man. We should trade. I really want your city. Never, huh? Think we need to take out Wang Lang. Think it's time. I really want his town. But he has nothing that he'll give me. That's all he seems to have. Alright. I want his city. We're gonna take it. I don't like taking it, but we're gonna. Alright, Liu Bei. Alright. With our superior forces, we are looking at a Pyrrhic victory here. This is gonna be a very difficult fight. So let's set up a couple of door smashers, a couple of tunnels. They've got no turns, and well, they're screwed. They will not give up, so we're just gonna siege them for a while. That's the plan. We want Peng Cheng. I believe you could give it to us if you were just playing nice. Meanwhile, a new reform. Increased military capabilities, I think, is exactly what we want right now. Recruitment cost is going to go down. So that's going to be valuable. No, no, Dongmin, I'm not going to become your freaking vassal. Absolutely not. Faction emerges. Yellow Turban Rebellion. Large town and Anding. A new faction has been born among the chaos that shrouds the land. Ally or foe, their very presence adds to the uncertainty that threatens China's unification. So Yellow Turbans rebelled somewhere? Your sappers report back. Rather than risking a collapse by digging through the vein of clay, they work around it. Although safer, this increases their digging time. That's fine with me. Any chance you want to give up yet? No, things are going real bad for you, huh? Still won't demand surrender. You're out of food. You've got 5 turns to surrender. I think we can just take our time on this one. We've got supplies, and if supplies start running low, then I'll worry about it. But we're taking the diplomatic way of winning this war, at least for this round. All right. Temple's doing fine in Peng Cheng. It's everything else that's not doing so great. Huang Shao wants peace. That's it. That's all he wants is peace. But I'm not going to give it to him because there's going to be a point where I'm going to take your stuff from you. People declaring war on the Matang Rebellion. Kong Rong is looking a little worse for wear. But, you know, jumping in and all this is pointless. I wonder if... No, they won't even talk to us. We can't talk to them because of who they are. Everybody's doing pretty good. It's just you. You are at a 1. Well, we need a new assignment, and I might just throw you in there anyway, just to get you there. No assignments there. An assignment in Dong, an assignment in Liangyi, and Dong Hai. We're just gonna throw him in there into Dong. And I just want him to not be freaking out and getting upset about life. Hopefully that'll be enough. Yep. He's at least satisfied for right now. I guess that job might just be squarely to keep him happy. Because they got an administrative assignment? Yeah, he's got a farming assignment, so he's just happier about it. He's got a grudge against his... I guess against his, sibling? You want to give up yet? I do not want to make a coalition against you, especially when costing me things. Lots and lots and lots of things. Stop. Your supplies are good so far, though the winter is going to devour them right now. We're going to continue the siege because we don't want to attack in winter, and it's basically done at this point. And I haven't gotten to do a siege yet, so. We want food. We could go this way and just trade our food away, but we're going to lose it that way. I'm going to go this way and keep pumping up our food. Orders, sir. The towering walls of the enemy settlements rise before us. Our siege engines roll into position to meet them. They request orders. The walls or the buildings beyond? Where shall they direct their fury? We want the buildings to stick. We'll destroy the walls. And then we can end up repairing them. And we are simply just going to occupy them and take it for ourselves. Alright, your role as warlord extends beyond war and politics. Those in your faction will bring you matters which require your attention. Act upon these matters wisely, for they will influence your path. The people of China need you. Through your virtue and conviction, you have forged unfailing bonds with your followers and the people. Continue on this quest, spread your influence, and give the people the peace they desperately need by bringing an end to the tyranny plaguing this land. Reach the rank of Duke. Your power increases. Hey, we hit second marquee! The road is still long, but the people have placed their trust in you. Continue on this path, fight for them, defend them, and you will surely lead them to victory. We've made ourselves known. More unity. Fantastic. It was never my aim or intention to rise through the ranks, but I humbly accept this position as it may help me to better soothe the suffering of the people. Fantastic. Wang Lang is destroyed. I'm sorry about that, buddy. They may be remembered, or their very name may be consigned to oblivion. It's all right. We took it. So now we're just gonna go ahead and throw some repairs down, get everything in order, you know, welcome them into the fold. We have low supply, but that's gonna be taken care of because now we're in our own town here. Now, we have a court position, Chancellor. The Chancellor is the chief civil officer, the first of your appointed ministers and second only to you in the council hierarchy. Characters in this position become part of your faction council. So now we're starting to form a council. Liu Bei's government is growing and needs those below him that can take care of some of the more dirty work. Now the question is, who gets that job? Basically, the most miserable of all of them is going to get it. It's probably going to be him. Problem is, he opposes intimidation, respects patience and caution. I'm into it. We'll confirm. You're going to get a 25 change for this. You're going to get a new salary, which is going to be a little bit more expensive, but you're going to be happier for it. Welcome to the crew, friend. Administrator also opens up. Power decentralized is power consolidated. Administrators oversee both civil and military matters within their assigned commanderies. Lack of purpose, sibling jealousy. I imagine it's the two of them. I hope. You want a higher court position? All right, you've got this one. Position effects. Oh, I didn't read what the position effects were. So +1 available armies, which is great. No desire for higher office until the character rank 4. Minus 30% corruption. Corruption is the loss of income due to the size of your realm to various insalubrious elements of society. Plus 15% income from all sources. Administrator effects from Jian Yang. +5 public order, growth, and construction. In you go. I gotta pick a location. Oh, let's send him to Dong. Let's send him to Liangyi, actually. Off to Liangyi you go. Public order will go up for that, which is good. And that's our court so far. He has no desire for higher office until rank 8. Character defection can trigger a civil war in this position. Whoops. Character is part of your faction council. Let's hope he's a happy guy. Hopefully the grudge dissipates. But if not, we'll have to take him down. Here, take also... Ooh. Your satisfaction would go up with this. Here, take this one. 4 resolve and a little bit more satisfaction. I mean, you're at 47 satisfaction. It's not terrible. And there's another farm here, which we'd love to have. Can't really do anything in Dong anymore. Liangyi can still get upgraded, but we're a little low on cash, so I'm going to let that go. And we're going to sit here for a while this is all being taken care of, and then we're going to move out to the west to Liangyi. Minus 25% building upkeep is very nice. I'm actually going to go ahead and take that. That should up our money. Did, by about 100 or so. Let's see how things are looking in a little bit. Still a lot of people moving up and down that river down there. You know what, Cow Cow? I'm down to take $3,000 for peace with you. I actually have no interest in moving further to the east right now, so I'm going to go ahead and accept this. Thank you for the cash. I could definitely use it, and now I don't have to worry about you coming in over here. Tentative peace for now, I'm sure, but I really still want to move over here and take what I can. I think if we can get over here, we have a very solid kind of just backbone to our country. Like I said, no interest in fighting you. We've got a couple of assignments right now in Pengcheng. Let's look at what Pengcheng is all about. Economic buildings, commerce, and then our 2 pieces of land that go along with it. So it's all about commerce, huh? Honestly, what we should do is keep trying to push to the walls here. We'll gain more prestige. Food production is gonna... Oh man, food is gonna... We have 7 food, so we can do it. It gives us walls. Does this walls here? Yeah, we might be fine sitting at 4 for now. I don't know if I want to dump that money quite yet. Honestly, we can take Liu Bei out now. Start making our way to Liangyi. I know we're only running around with 1 army, and eventually we're going to need multiple, but for now it's working out okay. We're going to upgrade that for some more money. We'll upgrade our military over here as well, just to be safe. Dongmin, just go away, my man. Never gonna happen. Just go away. Ooh, Cao Cao got green. Yellow Turban Rebellion. The puppet Han Emperor captured Dongmin to Zhang Yang. Bro, Dongmin lost the Emperor. Zhang Yan has him now. He's a bit to our south. And Zhang Yan has vassalized the Han Empire. Not a huge deal, I guess. Though we maybe should have sprinted for more Han Empire territory earlier. Lesson learned. It's all good. Alright. We're moving over. 2 turns until we're in the Lumberyard, but we're taking it for ourselves. Everybody seems pretty happy. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw and replace this with this. Resolve and satisfaction is fine. We have another mount, huh? Ooh, we might want to give this mount to our buddy. Take that. You know what? Instinct is fine. Instinct and satisfaction. He can take a guard. He'll have a guard following him around. And then we'll go ahead and give him this one, Baba. Hell yes. Huang Shou wants peace. Funny that you asked for peace as I'm moving in to take what I want from you. A lot of wars being declared. Vassals are joining their wars now. I'm at Bahai. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Let's keep moving. We could force march our way there. There's nobody here. Let's go next turn. There's nobody here. You want food and you will sign a non-aggression pact? No. I have no interest in signing a non-aggression pact while you take my food from me. Ooh, Cao Cao has instigated Zerong into a proxy war. Interesting. And there it is. Huang Shou declared war on Zerong. Fashing succession. Wang Quang. Yijian Liting has taken over their faction. Yijian Liting is gone. Faction is no more, leaving one less warrior on the battlefield of history. They may be remembered, or their very name may be consigned to oblivion. Okay. Fraternal instincts. Luxuries of silk and jade are nothing for this general compared to the love of family. Close friends and relatives are all the treasure they need to feel fulfillment, and these they maintain through simple respect and honor. If only all people were like that. Oh, Guan Yu, it's our god of war. I'm happy about that. All right, we need to strike and then be done with it. So let's just jump in and fight them. We'll definitely fight them. I'm not going to delegate it. We haven't seen a real fight yet. This episode. Well, the Lumberyard is not going to be exceptionally difficult to strike, I think. They've got a couple of entrances. All of them are relatively the same as far as how well guarded they are. We need to get there, and it looks like our easiest push is actually right through the center. Genuinely do not think I'll be doing much difference in how I'm setting this up. I think we're just going to crash through here. We might try and run a couple flanks, but that just risks too much, I think, getting hit by these towers when we really only need to focus on this one. If it gets bad enough, we will, but... With more than double the defender's army, Liu Bei and his generals stand outside, waiting, prepared to attack at a moment's notice. A single entrance is identified. It's weak, with minimal troops, and towers that can't range the rest of ours. The archers will move to midfield and to start raining down on the defenses between the two towers. Meanwhile, our generals and their militia will wait on the sidelines for a little while until they have been significantly weakened. Then, they'll charge, finish with the remaining troops, and hopefully, with minimal losses, take a swift and decisive victory. The battle for Liangyi Lumberyard begins now. The archers rush to midfield. The tower is already firing upon the troops. But before long, they're within range, and arrows rain down, flying from our men across the skies and over the trees to theirs. Here, the foot soldiers and cavalry will remain halted, as their men, holding the shields, fall to the pelting arrows. The order is given, and the foot soldiers begin to march forth. Spearmen on the right flank and on the left. And Zhang charging in. Not a care in the world for anyone else but himself. His glory in combat. The distant shout of Liu Bei's men can be heard, and these towers will be captured now as the cavalry, riding with the god of war himself, rush in. Zhang, confident in his own ability, continues to ride solo for a while, crashing through other cavalry, men falling to his blade so very quickly. Arrows now raining down over here from archers that seem to be just across the mountainside. But it seems Liu Bei's archers have decided to change targets as well, raining down hell on them. This may be their best defense yet. Without an ability to rush over here and get at them anytime soon, they could do a large amount of damage to our men. Even if some of our own are firing back, they have the advantage here. The enemy continues to break and run. Strategic points are taken by our men. And as they retreat, the order is given to run them down. We could claim victory here. But those who survive will still escape and have an opportunity to gather and fight another day. We don't want that to happen. Not now. Not anytime soon. Our general watches as our men are ordered to run them down, holding that strategic point in place. But he's not pleased with how slow they are. Even on horseback, they do not match his speed on his horse. Perhaps he's better trained, or perhaps he's just a greater human in general. But the decision to run them down himself is coming. He can't stop thinking about it. Meanwhile, the god of war runs down those who are trying to retreat from the melee battles and the archers that were causing problems for us a little while ago. With his horse, whoof, and his weapon, he can take out many men in one swing. He won't be alone long. His reinforcements follow. Silence falls over the lumberyard, the screams of the dying growing further and further distant. The Lumberyard is ours. A decisive victory yet again. Probably lost more than I would have liked to, just because I'm not exactly the greatest, but we did really, really well. And I think we're just going to go ahead and say, I'll take the occupied city. And Liangyi now is only one small step away from being ours. And it's here. And I do wonder if I could just buy it from them. Yeah, let's just go ahead and annex them. They will be ours. Form a coalition now, huh? All right, Yang Xiao. No. No. Never mind. I'm not paying you for it. It's just not happening. Looks like the Han Empire has a new leader. Gu Yinghui. Liu Bei has declared war on the Yellow Turbans. Nothing super thrilling. We're gonna go ahead and annex it. And now we want to just go ahead and integrate them. Now suddenly, things are looking real good for Liu Bei. What an expansion Liu Bei has had. Few quick fights, but nothing too devastating for him. And some good negotiations have really settled him in nicely into this chunk of land. But his borders grow quickly. And the bigger he gets, the more of a threat he becomes to those around him. How much longer until those who are just struggling to maintain a presence unify to take down Liu Bei? Well, if he has anything to say about it, hopefully never. And all will join peacefully.